Hello everyone and welcome back to a series on error handling and debugging. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about debugging tips, especially how to use simple print statements and debuggers to track down problems in your code. Debugging may sound intimidating at first, but it's really about developing a clear and logical way to figure out what went wrong. Let's start with the simplest and most common debugging technique, print statements. The idea here is very straightforward. When your program isn't behaving as expected, you can print out the values of variables, the results of calculations, or even just markers that tell you which part of the code is running. This helps you trace what your code is doing step by step. So here is an example. In this function, we are trying to divide two numbers, a and b. By printing the inputs, we confirm exactly what values the function is receiving. Then by printing the result, we see whether the division was successful. So if the function doesn't give us the answer we expect, these print statements help us figure out if the problem is in the outputs or if the problem is in the inputs, in the calculations, or somewhere else. This technique is quick and effective, and basically this is a technique that can be used to investigate an error. So let me run this. So the first print statement prints the inputs. The second one shows us the result. So print statements are helpful, but they have limitations, especially when your program is large or when you don't know exactly where the problem is happening. This is where a debugger comes in. A debugger allows you to pause your program at any point, look at the values of your variables, and even run your code line by line to see exactly what's happening. Here is a simple example using Python's built-in debugger PDB. So in this function, again, this is a function to divide two numbers, a and b. We set a breakpoint with PDB. When the code runs, it will stop right before performing the division, so it will stop here. At that point, we can type commands directly into the debugger like print a or print b to check the values of our variables. In this example, a is 10 and b is 0. So let me run this. If I do print a, it will show 10. Print b, so it shows 0. Right away, we see the issue. Dividing by 0 is not allowed. The debugger lets us uncover the problem in a precise and controlled way. Instead of guessing, we can explore the program step by step. So, when should you use print statements and when should you use a debugger? Print statements are fantastic when you just need a quick check. For example, confirming that a loop runs the correct number of times or that a variable has the right value. Debuggers, on the other hand, are more powerful when the problem is complex or when you need to investigate the program in detail. In practice, developers often combine both, using print statements to get a quick sense of what's going on and switching to the debugger for deeper investigation. To summarize, debugging is all about learning how your program behaves behind the scenes. Print statements help you trace the flow of execution, while debuggers give you fine-grained control over how you investigate errors. Together, these tools make you a much more effective programmer. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming lessons. And if you want to take your learning even further, check out the full playlist on Python lessons. Remember, every great programmer was once a beginner who learned to debug. Keep practicing and you will see your confidence grow. I'll see you in the next video.